backtrack a little bit, but you
Yeah.
grew up a big fan of comics and action figures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to us about that.
Okay. Comic books. Pit, very underground, image. That's with Spawn, the McFarlane,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
with the greatest action figure sculptor of all time. You know, baseball cards, collecting cards. Uh, Man, GI Joes, bro, action figures, comics. I'm a big Batman, Superman fan. Batman because he's human and he's going against all these superhero with superpowers, and he's just using his bread to help him get these gadgets to become the superhero. And yeah, he's us. What we want to be is Batman, bro.
All right, we got to go into that though. Okay, so top 5 superheroes.
Top five superheroes: Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Hulk,
Oh,
and Wolverine. I like
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Wolverine.
All right, top 5 supervillains.
Top five supervillains. Um, in any
Yeah,
in his comic,
yeah,
right?
yeah, in comics.
Supervillains. The dude that uh, Venom. Uh, the dude that Magneto.
Magneto, good one.
Magneto's dope.
Yeah.
Magneto's dope. Wolverine's pops. Sabretooth, I think is his.
No, that's his brother.
His brother, yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah. And off the rip.
Thanos, Galactus. There's tons of people.
Oh, the one that swallows the
Yeah,
worlds.
Galactus.
Galactic, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Off the rip right now. That's it.
But as a kid, you would save like cereal boxes and make like backdrops for your action figure scenes, right?
Damn. Yeah. so subliminally, subconsciously, that was what's going on to this day. That's what helped a lot of stuff. Being a kid, raised alone, I would collect cereal boxes, and I was always attracted to the background. So in Saturday morning cartoons with the Ninja Turtles, all the Saturday morning cartoons, the companies would feed you action figure commercials. They were always trying to sell a product to the kids in the 80s. And yes, I wanted the Ninja Turtles, the Transformer, the G.I. Joes, the Thundercats, Silverhawks. Yes, I wanted that. Bionic 6. But they sell these action figures, with these amazing dioramas. Like for the Ninja Turtles, the dope building with the fire escape, the sewer cap with smoke coming out. So I was attracted to the background, like just so my playing with the toys experience would be better, would go
elevated
further, would elevate. So my mom, I'm like, I want that building. Please get me that. They don't sell that, son. They don't sell that. That's just to sell you the product. I'll get you the toy, whatever. So me wondering and imagining, I'll collect the cereal boxes, the Ritz boxes, cookie box, anything that was boxed, man. I'll tape them all together. I'll paint miniature bricks on the windows. I'll cut it out. I'll create little sidewalks. And I would disappear to this amazing world, Danny Cortes' world. And bro, it was the best thing that would happen, because hours and hours and hours would go by, and just you playing by yourself,
right.
And I have this little city in my bedroom.
The attention to detail has always been in you, basically. Like, like when you start to like look back and you're like, wow, like that's why I'm so good at making these art pieces and having like every little nuance be correct, is because I was that way when I was a kid, basically.
And being attentive to, like, in my, like we was talking earlier, my daily walks, I was always observing I was always like looking at the way the buildings were and again how crazy and chaotic it was. It was beauty to me. Like I had something was probably off in my head that as an eyesore to the normal eye, it was beauty to me. I don't know. I don't know why. That graffiti wall, the graffiti mailbox with the rust and everything looks beautiful. Why people don't like this? Why and people they pass by it every day because of the New York City hustle and bustle. They pass by this and then they miss it when it's gone. Like pay for it.
You know what's amazing is the recurring theme of there's beauty in the struggle, right? Like there's
What do you mean?
beauty in the pieces that
Yes,
you're talking about. You know what I love about your story so much, man, is like that life is a canvas, right? And yours is filled with like so many different colors and textures. You've had influences from all walks of life. You know, think about the sports, the music, the art, you know, the streets. It's just like you had like a well-rounded person, I would say is like the best way to describe you.
I like that. Yes, yes. A well-rounded person, a little experience in a little bit as a New York City kid.
Right, right. So before all this though, right? Did you have experience in like the drawing, the painting, and the sculpting? Like how did you get so good at like making the figurines and stuff?
Um, I always drew. Like I tried. I was okay. I wasn't the greatest, but I always I loved colors. I loved pattern. And again, with the cereal boxes, before going to school, eating my bowl of cereal, I've been looking at the cereal box and I was always attracted to the, where it said Captain Crunch or the way the letters were, the shadows, the colors, the color coordinating. It was the cereal box, man, had a lot of influence. The comic books, just the shadows, the color, the palette, the color palette, and then the attraction, it's I don't know what to say, bro. It's just everything, man.
When you were started first making like the ice box, right?
Yes.
Like how did you figure out this is what I do to weather it, to make it like look that way? Like how did you learn how to do that?
Um, my daily walks, right? I will study rust. I will study the way the rust would flow. And there was always a pattern, like the lighter the rust is the outer. And then as the rust, it's closer to the inner part of the rust is darker. And I studied the colors and I created this in my mind of, the rust palette, Reese's Pieces. Again,
Man, you're like Rain Man for art or something like that.
yo, it gets like that. Like I don't see nothing no more. When in my daily walks, bro, when I'm outside, my thing is just I see like grids, bro. Like, all right, I look at this at a building, I'm like, all right, what can I use to make that? And my mind is already working on what do I have in the studio to do it? You know what I'm saying? But again, to perfect the thing, I just in love with realism. I just want to trick the eye. I want to, I caught a kick of tricking you, seeing which is the real thing. And in order for that to happen, I had to study the real thing, you know?
But like, how did you decide like, okay, this marker or this type of like spray paint? Like, how did you decide?
Okay,
Like,
no, me doing YouTube University,
Oh, okay.
also studying the greats like the World War II soldier diorama makers.
Mhm.
These guys that be weathering the tanks, these army tanks and army planes. These guys are another level, bro. So if I can incorporate, I'll take a little bit of this, I'll take a bit of that, put my own flavor to it. I'll make real rust with vinegar, like a Brillo pad.
Wow.
I'll put that like in a jar, leave it out in the sun, and that creates a real rust. I'll take that juice, whatever, put it into a bottle, and leave that and pour that on. That was my first realistic rust. Now I do the rust with acrylics, and I can make it look as real as that. But yeah, just learning these tricks, learning from others, and also putting your own flavor, your own twist, just like music, just like a rapper. You're a fan of of lyricism. You're gonna study the greats. You're gonna study the greats, and then you're gonna put your own style to it. Same way with art.
That's amazing, man.